Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Padarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodho Vidhiyate. Can you all hear me now? Yeah. Yeah, a couple of you can unmute yourself. So, yeah, Mohini, Haraprasad, you can unmute yourself if there's no noise in your room.
Namaskar, Jai Kumarji. Sorry, I'm late.
Namaskar. Yeah. So, in the last class, we were talking about, or the student was asking questions about karma. So, the topic of Jiva was over, Ishvara was over, Jiveshvara Aikyam, and then Jivan Muktaha, or Jivan Muktihi was over. And now the topic of karma is what the student seems to be interested in. And so that's what we were doing. So we read this sentence. Let's do that. Perhaps Mohini can repeat after me. So we're going to 4.3, I think, or 5. I forget what it is now. But,
4.3, Jai Kumarji.
4.3, no? Brahmaivahamasmi. Okay. Brahmaivahamasmi
Brahmaivahamasmi
iti aparokshajnanena nikhila karma bandha vinirmuktihi syat. Yeah, so this is where we stopped. So we talked a little bit about karma and briefly recapitulated the 3 types of karma: sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, and agami karma, which again the student is going to ask very specifically also. And so here he says aparoksha jnanena. So by now we know this aparoksha jnanam, immediate knowledge of that which is most near to us. Aparoksha jnanam. Everything we know of is something away from us. Even if I say psychology, I'm talking about my mind, I'm reading about my mind. Somebody said I'm interested in BA psychology yesterday, but she's doing BA history. I asked her, why are you doing BA history if you're interested in psychology? She said, in Madurai, I did not get a college properly and did not get admission. Or I did not have the opportunity to apply for BA psychology. So BA psychology. Psychology also, if I study, it is still the study of the mind, and I am not the mind. So even more closer to me than the mind. That is, the knowledge of that is Prajnana. So the word Upanishad itself is very interesting. Upa Samipa, that which is nearmost to us. Definite knowledge of that which is nearmost to me is called Upanishad. Okay, that is the definition. So nearmost to me means what? Who is going to decide what is near me? So near is always relative. Always very relative. Downtown Coimbatore is near to me compared to Chennai. Chennai is near to me compared to Delhi. Like this, everything is relative. So here the nearmost is referring to Atma itself. And so that aparoksha jnanena, what kind of aparoksha jnanam? Brahmaivahamasmi. I am nothing but Brahma. That Brahma which is Jagat Karanam, which is the cause of this world, that Brahma also, that Brahma Aham, this Atma is Brahma. With that kind of knowledge, what happens? He says, Nikhila karma bandha vinirmuktihi syat. This karma that seems to be accumulating, this karma which is the result of this body or which has caused this body, all that one is free from. Vinirmuktaha. Muktihi. Muktihi means release from. Vinirmuktihi. Nischayana, definite release. Complete release from all that karma. That is what this statement is saying. Now further the student is going to ask questions about karma itself. The next topic is karma. So let us repeat that. I hope I explained this. I translated this sentence. Thus, by the immediate knowledge, within quotes, I am indeed Brahma, comma, one would be freed from all bonds of karma. One would be freed from all bonds of karma. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Mohini, you can repeat after me. Karmani.
Karmani.
Everybody else also can repeat. Katividhani.
Katividhani.
Santi.
Santi.
Iti chet.
Iti chet.
Agami.
Agami.
Sanchita.
Sanchita.
Prarabdha.
Prarabdha.
Bhedena.
Bhedena.
Trividhani.
Trividhani.
Santi.
Santi.
Okay. So question and answer. So iti chet. Iti chet. Chet means if. If, and then within brackets we must add if it is asked. Iti prishtam chet. Prishtam, we can add within brackets, we can add that question. If it is asked, if what is asked, Karmani kati vidhani santi. How many types of karma are there? That is what very simple question being asked by the student. What kind of, you talk so much about karma, tell me more clearly how many types of karma are there. So now here, when the student is asking this question, he's not referring to, tell me what kind of births I can get. Or human birth, then what? Then aquatic birth, then amphibian birth, then some bird birth, bacteria birth, there may be tree, there may be some other plant. Where am I born? So these kinds of varieties are there. No, that's not the variety the question is about. The question is about karma in terms of when or how it fructifies, when or how it manifests. That is the category. That is the categorization that that is going to answer. So he is saying clearly, agami karma, sanchita karma, prarabdha karma vedena, differentiated in this three way. There are three types of karma. Trividhani, you can add in brackets, karmani, santi. Karmani word is missing here in this sentence. I mean, it's not written, but it's implied. So, in terms of fructification means what? Prarabdham karma, you know, is the karma which has fructified as this body and as this bundle of experiences. Already started. And it is unfolding. That karma is unfolding. So, already fructified and in the process of fructifying, manifesting, appearing every day the day starts and karma is unfolding because we never know how the day is going to be. And we can reasonably expect today is going to be like yesterday. Mostly, unless I'm traveling now somewhere and then that day is going to be a little different. So that is prarabdha. Then what about the sanchitam? Sanchitam karma. There is so much karma in my account which is just waiting, which has not been triggered yet. None of which has been triggered to manifest. Not yet. Like fixed deposit in India, very people use that as an instrument to save for the future. Fixed deposit, put a few lakhs of rupees in the bank and lock it up, and I cannot remove it. If I remove it, I lose money. So that money cannot be removed. That is the idea. That is sanchita, not yet fructified. We don't know when it's going to fructify. Then next is what? Agami. Agami karma is not yet created karma. It is creating as and when I do karma. As and when I do. Because I have a free will, I can keep accumulating more karma. So that new karma that is coming and joining my account, and like investing. So I have some money, I invest in some instrument, some real estate, some chit funds. In India, they have very popular chit funds. And some investment is that I may lose money, I may gain money. So that is agami karma. Karma that is being gained on a daily basis. So that is the categorization. Trividhani santi. So here, this prarabdham is already output. It is already manifest. Already that karma that I did in my past janma has now created, or past janma or janmas is now giving fruit, yielding this body and experiences, its output. Agami is input. How did I accumulate all my Sanchita karma in my bank account? Through the Agami karma of every past karma, correct? Because there was a way I had to do karma. A person with free will only can gain karma, and that Agami is what kept bringing revenue into my bank account. There is interest, there is some rent income, there is salary income, there is this, that. All that is Agami. And Sanchita is just the balance, bank balance, just there. Then go up, come down, etc. Okay. So now how do we translate this? If asked how many kinds of karma are there, if asked how many karma are there, or how many types of karma are there are 3 types of karma differentiated as Agami, Sanchitam and Prarabdham. There are 3 types of karma differentiated as Agami, Sanchitam and Prarabdham. Okay. Haraprasad, you can repeat after me.
Okay.
Everybody else also can repeat. Agami
Agami
karma
karma
kim
kim
jnanotpatti
jnanonpatti
anantaram
anantaram
jnane
jnani
deha kritam
dehakrutam
punya papa rupam
punya papa rupam
karma
karma
yadasti
yadasti
tat
tata
agami
agami
iti
midhi
iti
bhidi
iti
iti
abhidhiyate.
abhidhiyate.
Yeah. So next question is what? Okay, you told me Agami was the first type of karma. Now explain to me what this Agami karma is. So we have already seen it. So we're not going to dwell too much about it, except to make some additional comments, that's all. So Agami, what I gain in this life. In a life where I have free will and I am self-conscious. It may be a human birth or it may be a human-like birth in any part of this universe. And as long as that person, that being, I don't even want to say person, that being is self-conscious and has the free will, then that's it. That human being, that being will make a judgment about oneself and about the world, and that being has free will, therefore will accumulate karma, and therefore will have sanchita karma, and therefore no different from a human being. So that being accumulates this agami karma and thereby keeps increasing the karma balance. So interesting definition he gives here. See, for a samsari, means for somebody, for an ajnani, for a samsari, agami karma, when does it start building up? When does karma keep building? If we ask, then okay, the baby is born. Does the baby gain any karma? No, because free will is not developed. The sense of I itself is not properly there. Therefore, karma it can't build. It has no ability. Right, wrong itself, not possible. So until when the time comes when there is some independent thinking and independent assertion is there, no, I will not do it. So that comes age of 2 onwards, the child just, parents suddenly can't handle the child. Until then, all kisses and all that. And now the parents are just going berserk. And so that's where the child is saying, wait a minute, you are you, I am I will take care of myself. And I know. And then runs around the house. Then even that is may not be enough because child still doesn't know what is right, wrong, etc. May know a little bit and maybe playful, etc. Then after some time kicks in, that independent thinking kicks in, and whether I should do this or I should not do this, and should I do it and tell others or should I do it quietly and then not tell others, all these ideas start coming. Then karma starts building up, correct? And so for that person karma builds, so right at that time. But then here jnani, little different definition the author is giving, Swamiji is giving. So from birth until jnanotpatti, until jnanotpatti means until the dawn of knowledge, until the gain of knowledge, karma has been accumulated, no doubt. Even a jnani had a karma bank balance, and it was there, and it was gained during that life, during the current life. That karma joins the sanchita karma. That karma disappears, of course, but we can say it joins the sanchita karma of the jnani. Later on we will see what happens to sanchita karma. And that karma disappears, as it were, because the ownership is not there anymore. Then from the jnanotpatti, from the time knowledge is gained, afterwards for the rest of the life, what happens, if you ask? It is what he is saying here. Jnanotpatti anantaram, after the gain of knowledge, jnani deha kritam, the karma or jnani deha kritam punya papa rupam karma, the karma which is in the form of punya and papa, done and gained by the body of the jnani, jnani deha. That's what he's saying here. Doesn't say jnani kritam. Jnani kritam he can't say. You know why? Because doership is not there for the jnani. Therefore jnani kritam can't be said. It will be incorrect statement. But jnani deha kritam, the karma done by the body of the jnani. It is interesting because that acknowledges the fact that even after knowledge is gained, the body continues to survive and nothing changes as far as the onlooker is concerned. But the person no longer is under the spell of this doership. And so when the doership is gone, here he is saying jnani deha kritam. The body seems to be doing things in a given day, eating food, walking, talking, and doing big projects also. Some swamis, many swamis do a lot of work and doing work of monumental magnitude. And you ask them, they say, yeah, I would like to do this, I would like to do that, I want to contribute to the cleaning of all rivers, I want to help so many people so many children who want to study and they are not getting opportunities. Like this, so many things swamis do, jnanis do. So apparently lot, in fact even more action seems to be done. In their previous life they did not do anything like this, or in the few years, decades ago, but now they seem to be doing even more. So that doing, when we say jnani deha kritam, done by the body or mind of the jnani. Jnani mano kritam, jnani deha kritam. Yad asti, that karma that is gained or done by the gained and done and gained by the body of the jnani, it is called agami. Tat agami iti abhidhiyate. It is called as agami. So an interesting division is there. Agami begins right from birth. So right from our early life. So, but here for the jnani, there is separate distinction being made. We will see later why that separate distinction is made. Later he will say that that this agami karma, because jnani can do punya karma, may do papa karma also. Papa karma means what? Maybe inadvertently light somewhere, or stepped on animals, insects and things like that. We do karma. Nobody is free from doing karma, and any other karma is also possible. And so punya karma, papa karma, hard to imagine how a jnani will do a papa karma, but if it is done, that karma, where does it go? Because it doesn't attach to this person, jnani. Later on he will say, those who worship, those who revere, those who respect the jnani, those people will get the punya karma of the jnani. What an interesting observation it is. And then what about papa karma? Those who do ninda, जो निंदा करते हैं ज्ञानियों का, those who abuse, those who disrespect, those who put down a jnani, that person, those people get the papa karma of the jnani. That is what it said. Even though the jnani may not curse anybody, and still they get the papa karma. Like that it is said. And so for the jnani, that distinction is made. Before jnanam, everything that was gained is joining sanchita, which gets eliminated. Later on he's going to say. And after knowledge, all the karma that is gained goes to other people who are relating to the jnani. And that is what he's calling agami karma for the jnani. Here he is defining only from a jnani's perspective, not as a general agami karma. Okay, so let us translate this. Karma in the form of, and karma within brackets you can say result of action. Karma in the form of punyam and papam, performed by the body of the wise person, after the dawn of knowledge, jnanotpatti anantaram, after the dawn or birth of knowledge, is called agami karma. Agami iti abhidhiyate. So there is another technical word used for agami karma. It's called kriyamanam karma. Kriyamanam karma. Just sometimes you may hear that word, and so if it refers to agami karma. Kriyamanam means that which is being done, happening now, being created now, as we speak, being created. Therefore called kriyamanam karma. Okay. Surendra, can you unmute yourself? Yeah. Sanchitam karma.
Sanchitam karma.
Kim.
Kim.
Ananta koti.
Ananta koti.
Janmanam.
Janmanam.
Bija bhutam.
Bija bhutam.
Sat.
Sat.
Yat
Yat
karma jatam
karma jatam
purvarjitam
purvarjitam
tishtati
tishtati
tat
tat
sanchitam
sanchitam
nyeyam.
nyeyam.
Yeah. Yeah. So sanchitam karma kim. So for Sanskrit students, you can now recognize kim is a question. It is napumsakalingam, neuter gender. There is also kaha for masculine and ka for feminine, right? But here they use napumsakalingam. Why? Because the word karma is napumsakalingam. Therefore, we should say kim. Can't say kaha. Who is Rama? If I ask, I have to say Ramaha kaha, right? And then earlier he said avasthatrayam kim. Then like that. So trayam, avasthatrayam kim, avastha ka, like that a question may have been there. So like that, based on the gender, the question word also changes. Okay, sanchitam karma kim. Okay. So even the jnani had past janma was there for a jnani also. And how many janmas? Ananta koti janma. The koti is a very unique Indian. It's only there in Indian culture. You go in somewhere. Once I remember in the US I was working. I suddenly used the word lakh, and lakh means they stared at me, and then I had to. At first I couldn't believe that they did not understand. Then somehow I think I corrected myself. So this koti is another such word, 10 millions. And but Ananta Koti, 10 millions is just a phrase, but Ananta Koti. So Koti, by the time you say Koti, it means uncountable, big number. So Ananta Koti Janmanam. So each of us have had infinite births, countless births, because this jiva is anadi. Jiva is anadi. You cannot put a starting point for the jiva, and therefore Ananta Koti. And jiva is anadi, therefore sanchita also is anadi. And so purvarjitam gained before, karma jatam born of actions, karma jatam born of actions, ananta koti janmanam bijabhutam born of actions done in so many countless janmas in the past, purvarjitam yat bijabhutam, which is there in the form of a seed. Bijabhutam, see that. So not fructified. Bijabhutam. There, it is just like a seed. A seed is waiting to germinate. So just waiting to germinate. Yat tishtati, that which stays. That is called sanchitam. Tat sanchitam nyeyam. May that be understood as sanchitam. That is what it says. So let's see how it translates. Sanchitam karma kim. What is sanchitam karma, or what is sanchita karma? And literal translation would be accumulated result of all action. Sanchita means accumulated result of all action. You can put that in brackets. Parentheses. The answer to that would be the accumulated load of karma. The accumulated load of karma that was gathered before Purvajitam in countless crores of births, Ananta Koti Janmanam, karma, which stands in a seed form or which exists in a seed form, Bija Bhutam Sat, is to be known as Sanchitam. Is to be known as Sanchitam. That's Sanchitam Nyayam. So, human birth here, previous births, so many is there. So, it takes only one human birth to create a lot of karma. That I think we are beginning to see. And even if my past births, many births of animal life and this so-called plant life, etc., was there, still that one birth was enough to create so much karma. That's the power of free will. And so we have all these timelines. This Ananta Koti, our timelines and all Kalpa. Kalpa is there, then we have 1 day, 1 year, 100 years, etc. It goes on. And it keeps going on bigger and bigger. And then they'll talk about Yuga. So Kali Yuga, Ityadi is there. What is it? 4,32,000 years is one Yuga, and that is Kali Yuga. Then Dwapara Yuga will be twice that, 8,64,000. Treta Yuga is twice that, and Satya Yuga is twice that. Like that, Yuga is their concept. Then there is a Kalpa concept. Then one Kalpa is half a day of Brahma, and 2 Kalpas is one Brahma's day. And Brahma lives for 100 years, means that is 200 Kalpas. Like this, there is a big science of time that we have. Shweta Varaha Kalpe. So you may have heard that. That is the Kalpa that we are living in. Okay. So regardless of this time scale, still, even if you expand the time scale, still Ananta Koti Janmana. All included here. Okay. Now let's look at the next question. Prarabdham Karma. So, Rukmini ji, can you unmute yourself? Prarabdham Karma.
Prarabdham karma
Kim
kim
iti chet
iti chet
idam shariram
shariram
utpadya
utpadya
iha loke
iha loke
evam
evam
sukha dukkhadi pradam
sukha dukkadi pratam
yat karma
yat karma
tat
tat
prarabdham
prarabdham
bhogena
bhogena
nashtam bhavati
nashtam bhavati
prarabdha
prarabdha
karmanam
karmanam
bhogadeva
bhogadeva
kshayah
shayah
iti.
iti.
Yeah. So some sandhi, there is something called sandhi that is working here. So idam shariram utpadya iha becomes utpadyeha. Not a spelling mistake. Again, sandhi only. Like that, we kept splitting. Kshayaha iti will appear as kshaya iti. So no spelling mistakes there. So prarabdham karma kimiti chet. If it is asked, what is prarabdham karma? He is explaining now. Now, prarabdham, prak arabdham. That is how it is technically defined. In Sanskrit, okay, arabdham, of course, begun, started, initiated. Then prak, P-R-A-K, prak, P-R-A-A-K, prak. Prak means before, already, earlier. Those are the meanings of the word prak. So prak arabdham prarabdham. So that which is started before itself. Before itself means what? By the time I begin to understand what prarabdham is, before that itself it has started. That is the meaning. Which means when this body was born, when this body was there, created, or that karma which is responsible or which is manifesting as this body, we saw that. That is prarabdham. And so he's explaining a little bit here. Idam shariram utpadya, having created this body, that karma, having created this body, idam shariram utpadya, iha loke, in this world, means don't look for your something big, something outside there. In this world where I am living now, evam, evam means like this. So like this means what? Means like my life, like the life I am leading now. Means like what kind of life I am leading now. If I ask, how can I explain? Means I have to say I was born here. I grew up like this. I'm born to parents who were not well off at all. They struggled a lot in childhood. When they were, they struggled a lot when I was born. So all that is part of this prarabdha karma. My history, if I write a book on myself, autobiography, that is all prarabdha. And I went to this college, I studied this, and I had these kinds of tragedies in my life, and I struggled. Then I had some breaks, and I did well in college, I got a great job, this, that, all this, if I say bundle of experiences is evam. He's using evam, like this. He assumes, because we all know. We may not know a lot of things, but we know all about our life. Correct? Nobody needs to tell me about my life. I already know it. And I have told about my life to many people. Some people patiently listen. But most of people don't listen to me at all. So, because who wants to listen about other person's life? Because they themselves have something they are holding on to. So, we don't have time for all that. So, that evam, like this, the bundle of experiences I'm going through. And what kind of experiences? Sukha dukkhadi pradam. Pradam, giving, sukha dukkhadi. Giving these kinds of experiences. Sukha dukkhadi pradam. And that karma, which is responsible for giving me this bundle of joy and sorrow, sukha dukkhadi, and tat prarabdham, that is called prarabdham karma. Fairly straightforward. Now, what about this karma? He is making another statement. Bhogena nashtam bhavati. How does this prarabdha get destroyed? See, earlier it was said, Jnanena, or he's going to say later.
Just said.
I've just said, yeah. It's going to come later. Nishya Jnanena Nashyati, he's going to say later. Those two. But here he is talking what happens to the prarabdham of a jnani. Knowledge cannot remove prarabdha karma. Knowledge cannot remove. Bhogena eva. Means what? By experiencing alone, this prarabdha karma can be exhausted. Nashtam bhavati. Even a jnani. So very important to remember, because people have funny ideas about this knowledge and moksha and all that. And these funny ideas we need to get rid of. And Puja Swami does a very good job of doing that. Because we've been presented to us in a very esoteric manner. And once you get knowledge, there will be some halo behind the head. Because we show all this circle, bright circles, in comics and all that, we have shown it. We've shown all these things. So in our mind, we have all these ideas. And those ideas never got corrected. And so this is the time to correct all those ideas. And some magic happens to the body. So no magic happens. Because there is something called Jiva Shrishti. And there is something called Ishvara Shrishti. So we need to remember these things. Rope snake is there. I see a snake where really there is only a rope. So that snake is called Jiva Srishti. Jiva Srishti means creation of the Jiva. I created the snake. It is my own creation. Jiva Srishti. So in the wake of knowledge, the Jiva Srishti disappears. When I come to know that it is a rope, then the snake disappears. Correct? Because the snake is my own creation. Like this, I create a lot of stuff. I create a lot of stuff about people. I make comments about people. I say he is judgmental. He is judgmental if I say that person may not be judgmental. That person may like to speak the truth. And he likes to say things as they are without sugarcoating. And I don't like it. I don't like it when people speak the truth. So I say he is judgmental. Who is being judgmental? I am being judgmental when I say he is judgmental. Okay? So that means it's my own creation. My own creation. I just created something on a person that does not exist. Correct? That does not exist. So our life is full of our own creations, especially when it comes to people and situations. All that is Jiva Srishti. And when I come to know the reality, the Jiva Srishti disappears. Doesn't exist anymore. On the other hand, there is something called Ishvara Srishti. So I see things, I see trees, I see so many things. I see this world of people. Everything is Ishvara Srishti. And I see the planets, I see stars, everything is Ishvara Srishti. Then I see the sun moving from the morning to the evening. It is just moving around, revolving like this. That is also Ishvara Srishti. Then I learned that no, the sun really doesn't revolve, doesn't move at all. I am the one who is moving around the sun. I learned that. What happens once I learn that? Nothing changes. That experience of the sun moving around the earth continues to remain, correct? Doesn't change. That prapattihi, that anubhavaha continues to remain. It remains because it is Ishvara Srishti. Doesn't change. And even though that experience doesn't change, I am clear, my knowledge is crystal clear that the sun is stationary and the earth is moving around the sun. That much I am very clear. And if the sun moves, that is some other motion, and that also can be properly understood. So, Ishvara Srishtihi versus Jiva Srishtihi. And good thing, and that is why this body being Ishvara Srishtihi, not Jiva Srishtihi. This mind is Ishvara Srishtihi, not Jiva Srishtihi. Therefore, after the knowledge of Atma, that Atma is whole, Atma is free from any limitations, Atma is Purnaha. That knowledge occurs, then what happens to the body? Nothing happens to the body. Because Ishvara Srishti. Funny idea is that the body will disappear. This and that, all this we need not entertain at all. Because there is no room for that. Knowledge is the body is Brahma, mind is Brahma, table is Brahma, everything is Brahma, and Brahmaivahamasmi. That is the knowledge. That knowledge doesn't create anything new. It doesn't change the world. It doesn't change the body. It doesn't change anything. It makes a difference in this person's life. That's a big difference it makes. So, therefore, this body being Ishvara Srishtihi, nothing happens to this body. It continues to remain. Thank God it remains, because then that person can talk about it. So therefore, we have some sannyasis who can talk about it, then who can tell us what the Shastram is, and so on and so forth. And therefore, this beautiful culture is available to us. Otherwise, nobody is there to talk about it. So so far so good. So therefore, this Brahmaivahamasmi iti, that particular knowledge, and when that knowledge is gained, then how does a person look at this body? So earlier we saw Atma Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatiriktaha. Because Atma Kaha, the student asked long ago, and the teacher explained Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatiriktaha Panchakoshatitaha. Like that we saw. Then that person recognizes it. Yes, I am not this Stula Shariram, I am not this Sukshma Shariram, etc. That kind of Atma is understood. And this body, then what about this body? So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vasamsi Jirnani. Vasamsi Jirnani Yatha Vihaya Navani Grinnati Navani Dehi. Like that it goes. Very bold statement. Just like this person wears clothes, the clothes get old. Jirnani means getting old, getting repaired. I mean, getting disintegrated, and then that person discards those clothes and wears new clothes. By that same token, Navani Grinnati Naroparani. This Atma, once this body gets old, the Atma as though gives up this body and takes on another body. That is the example given in that particular shloka in the second chapter. And it goes on like that. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yuvvanam jara tata dehantara praptihi dhiras tatrana mukhyati. He gives another example. Hey, you say you are young, you're a baby, then you say you're a boy, then you say you are a man, then you say you are what? You're a senior citizen. So who are you then? You're constantly changing. Are you this changing stuff, or are you something that is not changing? Then it becomes obvious that I can't be this changing body. And so dehinosmin, so asmin dehe, in this body there is that which indwells called the dehi. We use the word dehi to differentiate Atma from the deha. So that dehi is the one that is taking on new bodies. Like that it is said there. And that kind of knowledge is there. And so now what happens to the karma of the jnani is what we are talking about. And prarabdha karma remains. And later on, he's going to talk about sanchita and agami. Sanchita goes away because there is no owner for the karma, because kartritvam is not there. So account owner is deceased and has not left a will, has no descendants. Therefore, there is nobody to claim the money. There is no court case, nothing. No claimants are there, and the money is just there. Karma is there, just disappears. Then this prarabdha karma, which we said, which continues, which cannot be destroyed except by experience. Until the last experience, the body continues to remain, and then body drops off. What kind of experiences this body goes through, we don't know, but it goes through experiences defined by the prarabdha karma. That prarabdha karma, that package that has matured, that certificate of deposit, that fixed deposit that has matured, it has there's some amount there. What happens? Either all that amount can be exhausted in one's life, all that karma can be exhausted, or due to events like homicide or suicide, suddenly the life comes to an end. A life which we don't expect to come to an end at all, but comes to an end. So the ability of the body to continue has been stopped. So therefore, there is that situation also. Prarabdha karma need not completely fructify. It is like that, they say in the Shastram. And even though that act of suicide or that act of homicide also can be put in the category of karma. Can be put in the category of karma, right? Why did this happen? Because of karma. And but that ability to spend the rest of the life has been curtailed. Huh? So either everything is exhausted or some of the karma is exhausted. Like that it is said in the Shastram. And so this prarabdha karma is like, Swamiji gives the example of the arrow being released from the bow. So the bow is the set of laws, all the laws operating in this universe, and the puller of the bow, Bhagavan Ishvara, or the puller of the arrow, like this, ready to release. And once released, that arrow is this, our shariram, our body, mind, sense complex, and it gets released. Once the arrow is released, nobody has any control over it. What happens to it, how far it goes, how high it goes, will it strike the target, will it not strike, will it fall before, will it hit the ground, will it hit a tree, will it hit a stone, we don't know anything. All that is defined by the laws, and that is what is unfolding in our body. So that is what that example Pujya Swamiji gives. So this is a little bit about the karma of a Jivan Muktaha, which continues with the next question that the student is going to ask. Sanchitam karma and then Agami karma, etc. What happens to that? What happens to that karma is being talked about in the next couple of lines. So maybe we can, let me finish that, take a couple of minutes extra today. So Sunita, can you unmute yourself? Sanchitam karma.
Sanchitam karma.
Brahmaiva.
Brahmaiva.
Aham asmi.
Aham asmi.
Iti.
Iti.
Nischaya jnanena
Nischayajnanena
nashyati
nashyati
agami
agami
karma
karma
api
api
jnanena
jnanena
nashyati
nashyati
kincha
kincha
agami karmanam
agami karmanam
nalini
nalini
dalagata
dalagata
jalavat
jalavat
jnaninam
jnaninam
sambandhah
sambandhah
nasti.
nasti.
Yeah. So sanchita karma, what happens? What happens to sanchita karma of a jnani is being said? Nashyati, gets destroyed. Sanchita karma nashyati, gets destroyed. And how does it get destroyed? Nischaya jnanena, by well ascertained knowledge. Very clear here. It's nischaya jnanena, not something esoteric, not some intuition. They say intuition. They say extrasensory perception. They use all kinds of words. Nischaya jnanena, we know aparoksha jnanena also from before. Nischaya aparoksha jnanena. And what kind of jnanam? Brahmaivaham asmi iti. That Brahma is this Atma. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. I am Atma Brahma iti jnanena nashyati. Why nashyati? Because aham akarta. I am not a doer. Aham abhokta. I am not an experiencer. Atma cannot do, Atma cannot experience. I am that Atma. Then what about all these experiences I am going through now? Hey, when I say I am going through, I mean this body is going through. It will continue to go through. There is no need to take on the burden of those experiences. The body is going through experiences doesn't mean Atma, I is going through the experiences. The fact that I can see the body going through the experiences is a big blessing. I am the observer of the experience. If I am going through the experience, I will not know that I am going through the experience. How? How will I know? Think about it. So, akarta, doership is falsified. Therefore, sanchita karma is just hanging there with nobody to claim. No claimant is there. Then he says, agami karma api jnanena nashyati. Api also. Agami karma also is destroyed by that same knowledge. Jnanena nashyati. Nischaya jnanena. Aparoksha jnanena nashyati. And then he makes another statement. Another little thing he adds here. Sambandha nasti. There is no association. Association. Agami karmanam sambandha nasti. Agami karmanam sambandha nasti. There is no association with the agami karma. Okay. For whom? Jnaninam. Jnaninam. For those who know, for those who have come to know of this fact, they do not have any association with agami karma. Like that he's saying. Like what? Well, we know why they don't have any association. Because again, the karta is not there. So even though actions seem to happen, agami is unfolding. As the prarabdha is unfolding, agami is also gained. But there is nobody to own that. And and later on he's going to say, I think that karma also goes to that person's, those who learn from him, those who to worship her like that, he says later on. And that person is not going to be affected by any criticism or any praise. A praise is not going to make this person elated. And a severe censure is not going to make this person depressed. So, because kartrutvam itself is not there, therefore sambandha nasti. Any karma that is apparently gained, we have to use the word apparently gained, is it goes off to somebody else. This person doesn't get attached to it, or that karma doesn't attach to this person's account. Like what example he is giving? Nalini dalagata jalavat. That is the example. So jalavat. Jalavat means like water. Like what kind of water? Nalini dalagata. That water which is on the dala, on the leaf of Nalini of lotus. Nalini dalagata jala. So you look at the lotus leaf, and it is already there in water, and it has some droplets are there on the lotus, and beautiful droplets. So perfectly spherical droplets. I don't know how it happens. And that leaf, you cannot see a wet lotus leaf. You might see some droplets on the leaf, but the droplets don't make the leaf wet. Like that. So karma being done, but that karma doesn't touch this person. Very popular example. That is why we have this. These Niraja, Jalaja, Nalini, Ityadi, these words reveal the nature of Atma. Beautiful words, my goodness. What a culture it is. Whenever I listen to, look at these words and all, I get thrilled by it. So that person, because there is no dehabhimanam, that person doesn't connect with the body other than recognizing that this body is available for doing things, and I am not the body. Body is available, actions happen, and no ahankara is there, or ahankara is there but enlightened. Puja Swamiji says enlightened ahankara. So an idea is there that ahankara is gone. Ahankara is gone means what? After knowledge happens, does the person recognize that that person is a person or not? You call the person's name, does the person respond or not? And the person eats, that means what? There is a body that needs to be taken care of, and it must be that body needs food, etc. All that is there. That cannot be stopped. And so to that extent ahankara is there. And so Swamiji says enlightened ahankara, and no dehabhimanam, no attachment to the body, and therefore Nalini Dala Gata Jalavat, there is no association of the Agami Karma with the Jnani. So translating these two sentences, Sanchitam Karma. The Sanchitam Karma is destroyed by this definite knowledge. Within quotes, I am indeed Brahma. The Sanchitam Karma is destroyed by this definite knowledge. Within quotes, I am indeed Brahma. Then Agami. The Agami Karma is also destroyed by knowledge. By the same knowledge, of course. Further, Kincha. Kincha means further, comma. Just like the water on the lotus leaf, just like the water on the lotus leaf, comma, the wise men or wise people have no connection with Agami Karma. Wise people have no connection with Agami Karma. Okay, we'll stop with that. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So what I want to do is this. Next, I think probably in one more class, the text will be completed. And then after the text is completed, I want to summarize the text. Maybe that will, I hope I can do that in one class. It should be done in one class. Because, we've been covering for a long time now. And so we may have, it's worth recalling what we did without getting too elaborate. So I'll summarize that. And then I want us to chant the entire Tattvabodha once. The Tattvabodha is chanted, and often I will turn the Swamiji's chant, and then I will repeat along with Swamiji. So like that, it's done. Very useful. Very it's a very sacred thing to do. So we'll chant it once also, and then conclude the series of talks.